Hello everyone and welcome back to Think CSEC. Today we'll be doing the CSEC Social Studies May-June 2019 Paper 1. But if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on your post notification bell so that you are alerted when new videos are posted. And thanks to all my returning subscribers. So let us get right into this. Now, the first question relating to items 1 to 3, it says items 1 to 3 refer to the following family tree: James Smith and Susan Harris. Now, they have 4 children: David, Jason, Diane, and Stephanie. Now, David is married to Melissa Ayon, and they have 1 child, Jenny. And Stephanie is married as well to Danny Williams, and they have 1 child, Mary. Let's look at the question now. First question says, what is most likely to be Jenny's surname? Well, Jenny's surname here. So David, Jenny is a child of David, and David's name is Smith. So it is likely that Jenny's surname would be Smith. So 1 would be A. Let's go on to number 2. What is the relationship of Mary to James Smith? Now, Mary to James Smith would be granddaughter. So D would be your answer, granddaughter. Let's go on to number 3. Which of the following individuals would belong to the 3rd generation of the Smith family? We know it would be A, Mary. Let's go on to number 4. Which of the following are aspects of the socialization process? 1, childbearing; 2, religious teaching; 3, recreational activity. Is it A, 1 and 2 only, B, 1 and 3 only, C, 2 and 3 only, or D, 1, 2 and 3? We know it would be C, 2 and 3 only. Religious teaching and recreational activity. Childbearing or procreation is a different function of the family. Let's go to 5. Item 5 to 6 refers to the following scenario. Susan is 26 years old. She is married, has 2 children, and a well-paid job. Her husband died in a motor vehicle accident. Soon after his death, Susan and her children went to live with her parents, her brother, and his family. The situation has changed Susan's family structure from, so we know it is changed from previously it was Susan, her children, and her husband. So it is structure from B, nuclear, to extended. B would be our answer. 6. Which of the following are likely to have had the least influence on Susan's decision to live with her relatives? So we know, is it A, cultural traditions and expectations; B, protection and care for her children; C, insufficient income to provide for her children; D, the love and affection of her relatives? So it would be A, cultural traditions and expectations. 7 says, which of the following are likely to have had the least influence on Susan? Oh no, we did that. 8, sorry about that. 8, more husbands are now performing household chores, mainly because they, D, are responding to the changing roles of family members. Let's go on to 9. Which of the following is the least likely effect of drug abuse on family life by one or both parents? Is it A, physical abuse of children; B, increased rivalry among siblings; C, emotional tension among family members; D, insufficient money for children's education? We know it would be B, increased rivalry among siblings. That would be the least likely effect of drug abuse. Let's go on to 10. 10 says, some adolescents challenge the views and attitudes of adults. Such a situation is brought about by, we know it is D, generational conflict between parents and adults. Their thinking is totally different. 11 says, which of the following most likely accounts for the high incidence of street children in the Caribbean? We know it is A, selling of illegal drugs. 12. Which of the following characteristics must a group possess for it to be considered a formal group? 1. Code of conduct. 2. Specific objectives. 3. Membership requirements. So we know it is D, 1, 2, and 3. Let's go on to 13. It says, item 13 refers to the following scenario. The citizens of Golden Village are not satisfied with plans to locate a cemetery on land adjacent to the main river in their community. They formed a group to make representation to the parish council. The group they formed may best be classified as, we know it is C, interest. Let's go on to 14. Ralph is the leader of his school's choir. He makes all group decisions without consulting his other group members. What type of leader is Ralph? Well, we know this is quite easy. It is D, authoritarian. Let's go on to 15. Which of the following best characterizes a primary group? We know it is C, face-to-face interaction. Let's go on to 16. Democratic control and open membership are features of a D, cooperative society. D would be our answer. 17. Which of the following actions is likely to lead to the survival of a group? We know it is A, solving problems as a group. Let's go on to 18. Samuel broke one of his school rules. He was given 250 lines to write. The above is an example of a D, sanction. Let's go on to 19. 19 says, which of the following may be classified as institutions? 1, religion. 2, marriage. 3, government. So is it A, 1 and 2 only, B, 1 and 3 only, C, 2 and 3 only, or D, 1, 2, and 3? Now this one is one that is quite, we would say, a question that is quite debatable. Some persons will say religion and government only. Some persons will say religion, marriage, and government. So I'm leaving this one open. So the answer could be B or D. But I am going to select B. Let's go on to 20. It says, the plan proposed by political parties for managing a country is published in a document called a, we know that is B, a manifesto. Let's go on to 21. In which of the following countries is proportional representation practiced? A, Guyana. B, Jamaica. C, Barbados. D, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We know it is A, Guyana. Let's go to 22. Which of the following election strategies is a political party likely to use to reach a large number of persons in the shortest possible time? We know it is C, electronic media. Let's go to 23. In a constitutional monarchy, the political leader of the victorious party becomes A, Prime Minister. 24. Which of the following groups of Caribbean countries have a republican form of government? So we know it is B, Guyana and Trinidad and Tobago. 25 says, the role of the opposition in Parliament can best be described as, we know it is C would be our answer, presenting alternatives to government's policies. Let's go on to 26. Which of the following outlines the order through which a bill proceeds to become a law in most Caribbean countries? So we know it is the lower house, then upper house, then the governor general or president. So our answer would be B. Let's go on to 27. 27 says, in the English-speaking Caribbean, the first court which hears criminal offences is usually the magistrate's court. 28 says, a national budget has a surplus when the expenditure is B, less than revenue. Let's go on to 29. The constitutions of Commonwealth Caribbean countries guarantee citizens freedom of conscience, expression, assembly, and movement. These freedoms are usually referred to as C, human rights. Let's go on to number 30. It says, in CARICOM countries, citizens have the right to vote. This right is called D, universal adult suffrage. Let's go on to 31. A country's population will increase when the A birth rate is higher than the death rate. Yes, that's the answer. 31 is A. The birth rate is higher than the death rate. Let's go on to number 32. 32 says, which of the following factors contribute directly to a fall in the infant mortality rate? We know, is it 1, immunization, 2, improved nutrition, 3, high household income? So we know our answer would be A, immunization and improved nutrition. So that would be our answer A. 33 says, which of the following best explain why birth rates have been falling in some Caribbean countries? We know it is B, family planning is now encouraged in several countries. 34, persons would be considered unemployed if they are C, studying full-time at an institution of higher learning. 35 says, the term labor force is best defined as all persons who are D, employed and unemployed, qualified, willing, and able to work. 36 says, the concepts of push and pull factors are associated with A, migration of people. 37, which of the following factors would discourage immigration? We know the answer would be C, availability of well-paid jobs in the country of origin. Let's go on to 38. It says an example of intra-regional migration is the movement of people from D, Trinidad and Tobago to St. Lucia. Most of these questions are repeated. 39. Healthy individuals are beneficial to a country's development because such individuals are more likely to be workers who are D, productive and effective. 40 says, which of the following is most likely to result from rising levels of unemployment in a country? We know the answer would be B, increased immigration. Let's go on to 41. It says, which of the following is not a reason for a government to develop the human resource potential of a country? Is it A, providing skilled and productive workers, B, familiarizing citizens with new technology, C, developing creative and innovative thinkers, D, supplementing the labor force of foreign countries? We know it would be D, supplementing the labor force of foreign countries. Let's go on to number 42. Number 42 says, which of the following actions may be taken by an employer against workers during an industrial dispute? We know it would be C, lockout. So that's the one that the employer can do. A, B, and D, strike, sick out, and work to rule. Those are what the employees would normally do. Let's go to 43. The statistical data provided by a population census help the government of a country to, we know it is the plan its developmental programs. 44 says, which of the following conditions does not contribute to unemployment? We know it is A, increase in exports. Let's go to 45. It says, most of the Caribbean countries remain producers of primary products mainly because they, C, lack the means to process their resources. 46. Most Caribbean countries have laws to restrict the harvesting of some marine animals. This is done mainly to ensure A, the sustainable use of resources. 47. Which of the following has the potential to cause the most serious threat of pollution to the beaches of the Caribbean? B. Oil spill from tankers. 48. Which of the following measures will assist Caribbean countries to develop self-sufficient economies? 1. Issuing import licenses for goods which can be produced locally. 2. Investing in local industries rather than in foreign ones. 3. Developing the local agricultural sector. We know it would be C, 2 and 3 only. Let's move on to number 49. Number 49. So item 49 refers to the following diagram, which shows the population pyramid for country X. So we have male and female, and we have the age group from 0 to 9 all the way up to 80 plus. And there we see our percentage. So let's look at the question now. It says, which of the following features of country X may be gathered from the diagram above? So when we take a look at the diagram above, we notice we see the age sex structure or distribution of the population. So B would be our answer for 49. Age sex distribution of the population. 50 says the age range which makes up the largest group in country X is the largest group. So here is the largest group, 30 to 49, 30 to 39, 30 to 39. So wait, let me look back again. No, it's 30 to 49. Right, so B would be our answer. B. 50 would be B. Let's go on to 51 now. It says, between 1958 and 1962, Caribbean governments made an attempt to unify the region politically by, we know it is A, forming a federation. 52. Which CARICOM group is made up of prime ministers, executive presidents, and chief ministers of member countries? We know it is C, heads of government conference. Let's go on to 53, sorry. Which of the following is the most important aim of the trading arrangements within CARICOM? We know it is A, to promote economic development in the region. 54. Which of the following organization is most likely to be the first to respond in the event of a disaster in the region? We know it is D, CDEMA, Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Association. 55 says, which of the following may hinder economic integration in CARICOM? We know the answer is A, restriction on intra-regional trade. Let's go on to 56. 56 says, which of the following is likely to be a potential benefit of CARICOM to a member state? B, movement of skilled people within the region. 57. Which of the following factors is intended to promote trade among CARICOM member states? So we know the answer would be A, removal of duties on regional goods and services. Let's go to 58. 58 says, which of the following is least likely to result from industrial development in the Caribbean? So we know it would be C, increase in unemployment. Let's move to 59. Item 59 refers to the following statement. CARICOM countries need to pool their skilled human resources. 59. The most likely result of such action would be B, a reduction in the need for foreign experts. 60. Which of the following does the Caribbean Court of Justice (CCJ) perform for all its members? We know the answer is C. Arbitrates disputes relating to the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas. So this is it. We have come to the completion, the end of the CSEC Social Studies May June 2019 paper 1. Thank you so much for watching.